Hello, retro gamers, and welcome to the Video Game Flashback Podcast. I'm your host, Paladino Joey, or Joey Wygen. Video Game Flashback is available on all of your favorite podcasting apps. I thank each and every one of you for always downloading and listening to this show. It is a great pleasure to be back on board with you once again today, as we're sticking with the NES once again. Yes, I can't help it. And as we head into January, it's the new year, it's cold out, blah, blah, blah. I just had that kind of that noir. I just kind of had that noir vibe this time of year usually. And, you know, Chicago, Mafia, that type of thing. Not that this game is necessarily Mafia-like, but it's during that same era, that noir era set in the 1940s. It is a point-and-click type of NES game called Deja Vu. That's right. So Deja Vu, it's going to be an adventure type of game, the point-and-click adventure types, coming from two different companies. Of course, this game was originally released on computers, like Mac Adventure style, and of course the NES, and eventually the Game Boy Color many years later. That one's, of course, unfortunately rare and expensive, but I suppose you can download it and all that good stuff. So whatever possibilities are out there, go for it and enjoy. It is a mystery type of game, and then again, it's the point and click. Like, look at your surroundings. There just might be something there that you don't really realize that could end up really changing everything, changing the whole game. So in this game, we are you basically wake up in a stupor, and you're wondering what the heck is going on, and you find out later on in the game that you're basically being framed for a murder that you, of course, did not commit, and you have to find a way to prove yourself innocent. And if one thing is missing, you lose. If you get everything correct, well, you're innocent and you win. That's kind of the general concept. Now, let's get into the actual point here of everything. Deja Vu, again, thanks to Wikipedia once again. And do donate to Wikipedia. It's very valuable, and they always pop up little donations. If they ask for $2.75, consider it. That's hardly anything. So, free plug there because, well, they're giving me free information. I mean, hello. Thank you, Wikipedia. Deja Vu is a point-and-click adventure game set in the world of 1940s hard-boiled detective novels and films. It was released in 1985 for Macintosh, like Apple, yeah. the first in the Mac Venture series, and later ported to several other systems, including the Amiga. Initially, the game featured black and white graphics, so it kind of looks like a Game Boy. Black and white graphics, yeah, I suppose because of the noir era. Interesting. And later releases introduced in color. The plot, the game, again, like I talked about, the Mafia in the early 1940s, the noir era, and such. The game takes place in Chicago during December 1941. So there you go. That's why you kind of have this cold weather vibe and all that. So it's kind of, like trench coat, hat, keeping warm in the city, in the good old days, way, way back in the day. This is, of course, Chicago, and we all know about, the big the big mafia that was in Chicago back in those days. But that's not necessarily the theme here. It's just that it's that vibe. It's classic. The game takes place in Chicago during December 1941. The game character is Theodore Ace, that's a nickname, Harding, a retired boxer working as a private eye. Ace awakens one morning in a bathroom stall, unable to remember who he is. The bathroom stall turns out to be in Joe's bar. That's me. No, I'm just kidding. Joe's bar. A dead man is found in an upstairs office, and Ace is about to be framed for the murder. There are some clues to identify, to the identity, of the murdered man, and to Ace himself. A strapped-down chair, mysterious vials, and a syringe are found, suggesting, together with the needle and mark on Ace's arm, that an interrogation has taken place. Outside the bar, Ace encounters adversaries, including a mugger, like Chicago, you know what I mean? That could happen back then and whenever. An old acquaintance with a grudge, and the police. The police. And if you get caught with the police, and it's, you haven't cleared yourself yet, you're screwed, basically. Ace's boxing background proves to be a valuable asset. Ace must find addresses around Joe's bar, and then make taxi rides to a few locations, including his office, to gather more elements and unravel the story. It involves a kidnapping in which Ace has played some part, but his memory lacks important details. Ace's memory and mental condition progressively deteriorate, so the player is required to obtain an antidote to the drug that caused the memory loss. After that, Ace has recurring flashbacks filled with information that help the player to evaluate the evidence and take action accordingly. The memory deterioration is handled differently on the Nintendo platforms compared to all the others. In all others, the player has limited amount of time before Ace's brain reaches vegetable status, and he has to live the rest of his days in a hospital for helpless mental invalids. Ouch! With a hard death coded on the second floor of Sternwood Mansion. Interesting. I don't remember any Sternwood Mansion, so that must be in the other versions. So, Nintendo platforms mostly remove the vegetable status mechanic, and also removes the Sternwood Mansion death if the player goes there without cutting their amnesia, giving the player all the time they need to get cured, but instead has a hard death coded if the player goes to Ace's office while still suffering from amnesia, in which the vegetable ending from other platforms is immediately initiated. These changes apply to both Nintendo and Game Boy versions. So, yep, there's also a sequel. Well, so that's interesting. Deja Vu 2, Lost in Las Vegas, that rolls right off your tongue, requires significant lateral thinking. Some situations are based in common detective techniques, while others require simple violence, like punching people, which you do sometimes. Unlike other Mac Adventures titles such as Uninvited and Shadowgate, no supernatural events are involved. So yes, those actually also, I believe, are both from Kemco. I know Shadowgate is for sure, and it's the same type of, point and click style, which you may have heard of probably many times in the past. Deja Vu was the first ICOM simulations game to use the Mac Adventure interface and engine. Numerous ports were made, including versions for home computer systems in 1987 and the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1990. Versions of the game and its sequel containing new graphics and sound were released for Microsoft Windows in the early 1990s, and later as a combined single cartridge released for the Game Boy Color in 1999. And I vaguely remember that one. And believe me, I was very much around. It was under the titles Deja Vu 1 and 2, the case books of Ace Harding. Isn't that cool? But it's a rare, expensive game. Kind of expensive. I mean, it's $50 to $200 basically dollars on eBay. The casebooks of Ace Harding, which was also released for DOS. Wow, DOS, DOS. Windows 3 .x 1992. Wow. And Windows Mobile 2002. The Game Boy Color version has even more censorship and creates its own details, such as renaming Joe's Bar to Joe's Place, okay, and adding details that were not present in other versions to the point of contradiction, notably with Ace's Susie Q memory and Father O'Malley memory. This version also changes the ending of the first Deja Vu game to better seamlessly lead into Deja Vu 2. Okay, so you're going to wind up getting lost in Las Vegas. Very interesting. Yep, the game was positively reviewed in Macworld. People like the game. Yep. And there's more going on. You can kind of see, you can see what's going on. You can see the scenery. You can see like what you're looking at, rather than only text-based games. I remember a game like, was it Shadow Lord or something like that? It was fun. It was really fun and cool, but you don't see anything. Like, you just punch. Oftentimes you just type, like, punch, search, whatever, stand up, sit down. I don't know. It'd be really weird. And most of it was just like nonsense. It wouldn't get you anywhere. So, so like we got off the text parser based adventure games, freeing the player from having to second guess the program's vocabulary and syntax. Yeah, so Digital Press gave the NES version a 6 out of 10. Okay. Improved the puzzle solving while having average opinions on graphics and music. I think the music is fantastic, and I hope you do as well. You're going to hear it coming up very shortly. Yeah. Macworld inducted Deja Vu into its 1986 game Hall of Fame in the Best Adventure Game category, praising the game for avoiding the common adventure game pitfall of puzzle solving, overwhelming the game's literary possibilities, aside from its debt to the film noir tradition. Yep, film noir. I love that. It discards verbal pretensions and lets you mouse and window your way to a solution to a hard-boiled murder tale. The game was named the best entertainment product by the Software Publishers Association 1986. Cool. I personally enjoyed it very much. I think the music is fantastic. Kemco, yeah, so they'll get to the other releases here. So Icom Simulations Incorporated, publishers Mindscape, and then Kemco for the NES and Game Boy Color. Composers, Hiroyuki Masuno Kento's Group NES. Yep, that's the NES one. And then Koji Nishikawa Masaomi Miura for the Game Boy Color. The engine was Mac Adventure. Platforms Apple II, GS, Macintosh, Atari ST, Commodore 64, cool, Amiga, MS-DOS, Game Boy Color, PC 9800, Pocket PC, how cool is that? Famicom/NES, yep, PlayStation 4? PlayStation 4, alright, Windows.X and Xbox One, interesting, very interesting. Releases North America 1985, Mac, North America 1987, MS-DOS, Japan 1988, Famicom, North America 1990, NES, yep, that's the one we're playing here today, and North America 1991, Windows 3.x, PAL version on the NES 1992, Game Boy Color version 1999, and 2017 for PS4 and Xbox One. Interesting. It is an adventure, point-and-click adventure, but an adventure, and it is single-player. Big shocker there. Yes, it's a single-player game, but I think the music is fantastic. Kemco games in the past often have this, it's like an echoey kind of music that I enjoy very much, and I talked about it on the last game review at the very end when I was introducing Deja Vu as the next game that was going to come out. Again, hope you had a Merry Christmas, all of you that listened to Bible Adventures, and if you haven't, check it out, the Bible Adventures review, and there's basically including Bible Adventures, there's 25 other reviews already released. Note, the first 3 are very short because they actually are YouTube videos turned into audio. So from way back in the day. Video Game Flashback originated in 2008, but didn't really come back to life until 2022, the very end of 2022. So it was in a hiatus for over 15 years, folks. So pretty wild stuff. We're talking early 2008 to 2022, the end of 2022. That's a long hiatus, folks. So about 15 years. That's a long time, man. But yeah, Kemco. I really enjoy that kind of distant. It's kind of like an echoey type of music. It's hard to describe until you just listen to it. Games like Sword of Hope and Sword of Hope 2 on the Game Boy, which are both original Game Boy, not Game Boy Color or anything like that. But, of course, they'd be compatible with everything up to the Game Boy Advance, which is pretty cool. That stuff is compatible for like 23 years, basically, when you think about that. It's pretty amazing. It really is, actually. The music has that similar echoey kind of classic style. It's really nicely done, I think. I like Kemco. I like the music style with Kemco. Shadowgate, other games have that as well. That's similar music style and similar graphics and such. And of course, again, the game came out way back in the day for computers and such, and had that black and white noir look. The revolver looks really cool, actually, in the Macintosh version of the Deja Vu. You can see that from a distance. Clearly, you can see it's an old Apple, where apples did have black and white back in the day. Some of those cute little apples. I forget what they were called. Was it an Apple II? The tiny, cute little thing that we had in school, actually. All the way into the mid-'90s, we still used those cute little things because they had it had a nice writing program, like kind of like Microsoft Word, but it was Apple. I forgot the name of it now. I think it's just like Apple Text or something like that. Anybody wants to fill me in on that one? I obviously that's not the main reason why we're doing this show. So is to tell you about computer programs, even though it's a very common thing. It's just been a long time since I used an Apple computer to write anything. We're talking the 90s, folks. It's been a while. So I'm kind of used to Microsoft Word over the years. So just a little bit. I did several assignments on those cute little computers, like writing classes and such. So when I see the black and white image, I think of that tiny, tiny little computer back in the day. Like they're from like the early 80s, I believe. They were very old already at the time. They're tiny, cute little things. For all I know, they probably cost a fortune because Apple's always been expensive, regardless if it was like a tiny little company or a big multi-trillion-dollar success that it is today. Crazy to think how things changed over the course of time. Because in the 90s, you didn't really think of Apple as a, superpower like it is these days. Whether it's a good thing or not, that's up to you. I'm not the biggest fan of huge tech companies like ruling the world or anything. I'm not really a big fan of that. But unfortunately, that's kind of what we're facing at the moment. I'm leaving little hints all the time at these shows. But no, this is a game that I think you're going to really enjoy the review. At least I would hope you will. And I think you're going to really enjoy this game if you give it a try. And obviously player's guides make the thing so much easier, but there are still random encounters with the mugger. And as you progress further and further, say you can punch him in the face the one time, and that way he'll bleep, run away basically. Maybe he won't swear, but I'm just imagining that's what would happen. And then the next time, though, you're probably not going to survive if you're cornered by the mugger. So, unfortunately, because he'll be more prepared for what you're trying to do. If you're going to try to punch him, he'll just kill you because he has a gun and he's pointing it at you, unfortunately. And if you try to draw your gun, he'll beat you because it's too late. That type of thing. So, with that said, let's get going. Let's start figuring this out, and Let's clear our name, doggone it. Deja Vu, December 1941 is the setting. Let's go. Here we go. Deja Vu. I think I'm experiencing Deja Vu. Wait, this isn't Back to the Future. This is Deja Vu on the NES. 1941. Circa 1941. Chicago, Illinois. December. File number 1 is new. So apparently this one, yes, you can continue. So that always helps. You are waking from a stupor that feels like a chronic headache after a week in Vegas. So it kind of looks like a classic typewriter on the screen with yellow paper. You'll notice your right palm is covered with dried blood, but you can neither see nor feel any wounds. Isn't the music fantastic, by the way? You feel a sharp pain on your left forearm. Rolling up the sleeve, you find a tiny puncture on your arm. What could that mean? Gee. And he's kind of talking to himself. Has a doctor injected me with medicine? Then you realize you can't remember who you are. And then you really start realizing, well, that might be why I've been injected with something, because you can't even remember who you are. Wouldn't that be something? You have no idea where you are and why you're here. Sounds like Garfield in his 9th life. It's like finding out where the heck I am is still secondary. The real question is, why am I here? Kind of how I feel at work every single day, but that's a different question. Yeah, not that. Okay, never mind. Sorry. You have no memory whatsoever. Well, now you have the choices: exam, speak, hit, close, open, take, leave, and use and move and all that good stuff. And there's a little box in kind of the lower, slightly right but center to right area, which kind of sort of is like a kind of a map, I guess you can say. You can save self. I believe that might be notes. Nope, notes is notes. Yeah, addresses, goods, and all that good stuff. So you can keep records. Looks like those old notebooks like a detective might have. And yes, this is a stall like where things, yeah. Anyhow, you see a trench coat, a roll of toilet paper. The roll of toilet paper, you can examine it. So you press exam and then click on the toilet paper. It's a full roll of toilet paper. Well, and it adds a civilized touch to these barbaric surroundings. Yeah, because everything looks kind of beat up. It's a dump, basically. It's a dump. People taking a dump in a dump. Sounds about right? Okay, that's just inappropriate. I'm going to examine the yellow trench coat. Who could that be? It's a light brown trench coat that matches your trousers. Well, what could that mean? You feel something in the pocket of the coat. Yes, I do. Well, let's open the coat. I don't know. I don't think I can do that. You open the pocket. Okay. Because sometimes, and there's a lot of stuff in there. So, a coin, 7 coins, a lighter, gum, a hanky, sunglass, and a wallet. But you don't call it a wallet. No. You call it a wallet. That's right. You call it a wallet. So, can I take the coat? I'm going to take the coat. Take the coat. Well, the coat I haveth. There's nothing more handy than a 38 at your side. There's a gun there. Yeah. Somehow, yeah, I think you do supposed to take the gun, but eventually you'd get rid of it if it's somehow incriminating evidence. So you do take it. I will take the gun. A gun 1. So that's part of my goods. So you go to the goods area, or notes, I guess, and you turn the page. So there's goods. You go to the gun, and what do you think you are doing? Well, I don't know. I was looking at what might be inside the gun. What do I think I'm doing? Okay. I'm not taking the coat. What I meant to do is look at the notes. Okay, I see. So you turn the page. The main page is like the coat and the gun. Then you turn the page again and you get inside the coat. There's nothing inside the gun necessarily, but I'm sure there might be bullets and stuff. Examine the door. It's the door that leads out of the washroom and possibly into trouble. Yeah. Excuse me. That was a quotation mark. Open. I opened the door. Wow, what a concept. And then you notice the place is a big dump. It really is. So I'm going to move forward. And I've moved forward. This washroom really, it's a little slow paced, isn't it? But welcome to point and click land. This washroom really needs a good cleaning. Yes, there's all kinds of issues. Yep, so now we're going to examine the mirror because we're going to look at who we are here. Oh my goodness. Yep, you look like a tough guy. Not like a bad person, just a tough person. You see yourself in the mirror again, you realize with horror that you can't remember who you are. Ace Harding. But yeah, you know that. Do we move again? Well, the only way to go is out, but I guess I'm going to pretend to move out, but the door is closed. They're going to tell me it's the door that leads out of the washroom. and possibly into trouble. Okay, so otherwise you go back into the stall, which won't do you much good. There's not a whole lot of clues here, at least I don't think. Okay, I got the point. Thank you very much. Look at the lamp. It's not an electric light is hanging from the ceiling. The sink is being a sink. It appears to be a sink. I know. It's kind of cool. Oh my god. Yeah, you have to actually have to click move, and then there's two choices. One is to go back, and one is to go forward. Simple concept at the moment. This washroom really needs a cleaning. Thank you for sharing. It can't be moved because if it's not open. So it's like I can't move if the door isn't open. I know. It's the most basic thing in the world. I opened the door. Wow. What an impressive feat. I opened the door. So leave doesn't mean like leave, like you leave. It means you'd like probably put stuff somewhere, like down the sewer, to get rid of incriminating stuff that, you know, stuff that incriminates you even though you didn't commit the murder. You're in a dingy hallway, but you also notice, because you can examine, that there's water coming from underneath the next bathroom. Ooh. So some young lady must have left the water running. I don't know. There doesn't seem to be anything unusual. What are you talking about? You don't see water? Well, I sure do. There's a puddle on the floor. It appears to be coming from the women's washroom. Let's hope it isn't someone with trouble. Yeah, that would be funny. Well, I'm going to go in the women's room because, you know, I'm not worried about that. I'm just going to get myself in trouble now. I opened the door. Now we can move to the left. I know it's the bare basics, but that's what's fun about these point and click games. You're in the woman's washroom. Ooh, well, let's examine the mirror again. Maybe it'll be somebody else. Just kidding. The mirror is just as grimy as the rest of this place. Okay, understood. The sink is only a dirty old sink. Let's continue to move to the left, basically, like inside. What are you talking about? Okay, there's a door that's closed, apparently. Let's open that door. And your girlfriend's in there. What the heck? Just kidding. That'd be funny. There's a toilet with water coming. There, I'm in an empty stall. You see a crack in the toilet and water pouring out of it. Interesting. Let's try not to imagine too much, but that is some kind of a clue, I suppose. It is somewhat of a clue, yes. So that's your first clue. You see water coming out of a cracked toilet. But the place is very dingy. Let's continue to move to the right, but you have to open the door first. Ooh, why can't you just do it without having to press open the door? But I guess that's like Dragon Warrior games. You have to open the door. You can't just walk through it and the door opens automatically. You're in a dark, empty bar. Obviously the bar is closed, or else you've scared everyone away. Well, boo-hoo, I guess I did. There is a little thing of seltzer sitting on the, you can examine it. It's seltzer, basically, a little tiny cup. It's a shot glass full of seltzer. Why? I don't know. Let's move further to the right if we can. There's a couple of different options, like going back, and then two to the left and one to the right. It can't be moved if it isn't opened. Okay, that's leaving the place. I don't want to do that yet. No, so never mind. It's the door underneath the stairs. I believe it's a cellar. As we attempt to move forward. Sorry for the slow pace of this, but I guess that's the fun of this game. It is indeed a cellar with a spider web. The place looks like it could use a little sweeping. Yeah, I'm sure it could. You could punch stuff, but it would be kind of silly. I wouldn't punch it. One of the bottles appears, on the right hand, appears to be quite clean. One of the bottles on the right hand side appears to be quite clean. So, let's examine it again. Or that's just at least a clear lack of dust. How peculiar. You see nothing unusual here except for the lack of dust. How peculiar, because everything else is insanely dusty. So that's a clue. So now our first clue was the cracked toilet. The other clue is a clean bottle of wine. So what does that lead towards? No idea yet. That's part of the fun of it, right? Nobody's in the bar. It's empty. That's how you go back. You backtrack. You're in the upstairs hall leading to a door. On the walls are some posters of fighters. And you feel very dazed. You had better do something about it. Your memory loss is making you feel weary. You feel like you've been up for days without any sleep, only worse. Yeah, because I guess in the Japanese version, or is it the old computer version, you can actually slowly die if you don't treat yourself ASAP. So you notice these people on the wall, you're going to have to examine them. There's clues, believe me. A poster of a boxer named Doghouse Riley. That's a good one. But then there's the other side, on the right side. It's a poster of Puff Puff McGuffin. And then the small one further to the right, it looks like a poster of you. But then again, you can't remember who you are. The name underneath says, what did I say before? Ace Harding. It doesn't ring a bell. Well, it's going to have to at some point. We've got to start ringing some bells. Open le door. Open le door, please. Okay, now we can keep moving. Sorry for that anecdote there. You're in a reception room or secretary's office. The odor of cheap perfume still lingers in the air. Nudge, nudge, hint, hint. Clue number 3. Some female was in this place. Very cheap perfume, but they were here, folks. There's a door to the side. Let's open the door. It won't open. It must be locked. Okay. Let's examine the... What do I think I'm doing? Okay. Okay, I hit open. Know what you're pressing. Examine. It's a telephone. Okay. In the 40s. Doesn't seem to be anything unusual about that. How about the little typewriter? For those who are illiterate, it's a handy tool. The lamp. Yep, small desk lamp. That's classic 40s noir. Through the window, you see nothing unusual. Yeah, it looks like just... So, let's do something. Can't be moved if it isn't open, so I can't go anywhere. I thought there was something in here, and there probably is. But, yeah, let's just keep going. Oh. Single ball on the rack and hit it. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're going to go back to the cellar. Yeah, so I'm going to refer to the player's guide a little bit as well, because I tend to kind of do my own venturing around. Yeah, so I'm probably prolonging this more than I should. It doesn't take too long, though. My apologies. So there is a clue with that wine bottle. You want to hit it. I remember I was thinking about hitting it, and then it's like, no. So we're going to hit that right bottle in the center, the center right wine bottle. So we're going to hit it. Okay. I knew there was something significant about it. Sacco. When you move the wine, the whole rack slides to the side. A secret passageway is revealed. So let's go in the secret passageway, folks. I don't know if I want to go here just yet, though. Interesting. Single ball on the rack. Hit it. Go through the secret passageway. Open the left doorway. And go into the casino. Use coin 1. Okay, so that's just... so you want to play up till you have 30 plus coins. So this is just for a casino. Interesting. So, yeah. The secretary's office. Okay, up there's an envelope there. This is all fascinating stuff, though. It is. It is fascinating. And then you're going to see a corpse coming up very soon. Yep, because, yeah, well, now I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. But yes, you can play in the casino if you want to try to get up to 30 plus coins, I suppose. You'll also notice a change in music when you go into the cellar. So here's that song, I guess. And of course, you'd want to go right, not left. Left, I'm pretty sure, leads you into the sewer. Okay. I'm crazy. Actually, yes, you do want to go to the left. It's the only way to go. It's, yeah, so to open the door of some kind, it's a round door, which again reeks of a sewer. Well, let's head our way in there if we can. Apologize, I'm a little bit disoriented here. And there's your casino. Isn't that great? And nobody's around. So we're going to play with the coins, I guess, and try to make some moolah. I guess that's the whole goal here. You want to get to 30 plus coins? All right. And to finally actually get to the coins, you go to the note, whatever. You press open on the coat, and then it'll open the pocket. Now you go to coins. Okay, I can't do that. Well, I guess I can't open the coins, I'm sure, but I can maybe use the coin. Let's try that. So you're going to get stuck in some frustration a little bit at times. You can't use what you've taken. Okay, so eventually I'll figure this out. Yeah, I think you want to talk to it. You want to examine the table. The roulette table could really send your mind spinning. I believe you go to the slot machine. Want to try your luck? Yes. So we're gonna head over to the slot machine and see what happens there. I guess maybe I'll hit it. No, it took me about 5 hours to figure out. Okay, you take the coin. Well, I kind of figured that. It didn't seem to want to respond to me though. So you take the coin, and now you try to go to the stinking slot machine. You use the slot machine. You just simply use it, right? So my apologies for my ignorance here. It's been a few minutes. In fact, yeah, it just needs a coin. So I was using it, I thought, but I guess you have to take... Yep, you mess around in the note, whatever, until you get to the front page. Yep, you have to get to the front page of it. So you're out of the coat. At least I'd like to believe, yep, there's the coins. Ooh, what would I like to use it on? I don't know. Let's try it on the stinking slot machine, okay? Holy mother of Moses, why does it have to take so long? It just does. Now hopefully we can get to 30 plus like they're saying. Well, all right, I eventually got to 31. So yes, you do end up basically you just say select use the coin. That's after you take the coin out of the coat pocket basically. So it's in your goods, notes or goods section. Basically is what it is. The key one, the coins, and the $20 bill. So you have the coat, the gun, and the coat. The gun one, the coat's obviously what you're wearing, $20 bill, the key one, and the 7 coins. Eventually, after losing multiple times, you win a couple times with the slots. Of course, the one on the right of the 2 slots that you can see the whole slot. The one on the furthest one on the left is only a half a slot. That doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not really in the picture of play, so to speak, the field of play, as you might say in the sports world. You pick the one on the right and just keep going, and eventually you'll get 3 in a row of certain fruits or whatever. I eventually got, 3 lemons in a row, and that gave me 12 coins. And then I lost multiple times in a row and eventually got bar, which was maybe the best one of all. 22 coins, so now I'm at 31, so there's your 30 plus. So there you go. Now we can move on to the game. Oh, and by the way, save your game. Yes, save the game or save state or whatever you want to do, whichever you're comfortable with, or do both, maybe. I don't know. In this kind of game, save stating really isn't cheating. It's not, but, whatever. Yeah, save state or save whatever you want to do, whichever you feel comfortable with, the game's actually going to save and be there for you when you continue and such. So let's skedoodle, eh? With that, of course, you just kind of want to move your way out. You could actually continue towards the elevator as well when you're in the casino room. I say let's get out of there for now. I actually opened the elevator by hitting the button, so to speak. But now I'm going the wrong way over and over and over again, standing in front of the elevator. Oh, bloody hell. Now I went in the elevator. Okay, no, let's get out of there. I keep pressing the wrong button, so move out, move back, and now to the... Yeah, stop going back. Once you're in the casino, now you go to the right, and now you're up above, or now you're out in the kind of this what looks like a cellar area. Now you want to exit the cellar, so to speak, back, and you want to go up the stairs, kind of where I was at before, in that secretary room. Doggone it. One of these days I'll figure this out. Yup, and back up we go, finally. Yes, I feel dazed and da-da-da-da-da. They're going to keep giving you that. Message, head to the secretary room. So apparently there's a couple of sounds I need to play. So first of all, kind of like the hallway sound that I may not have played earlier. And now the, oh, my memories might be coming back, but I'm not completely sure. Sound effect. And so on and so forth. So let's just keep moving. Apologize for all of that. Let's get to the let's get to the secretary's office. We're gonna open now the desk, like open around the area of the desk. What do they think I'm doing? Okay, so I'm gonna examine a bit, I guess. That's probably your best way to go, because there's obviously drawers on the desk. At least I would think so. They're supposed to be, because this is where you're supposed to be able to get some notes and such, or envelope actually. It's in everybody wanted the little nest. There's a drawer on the other side. So can I open the drawer on the other side, if that's okay? Open the desk. And yep, there's an envelope. You're going to take the envelope one. Apparently quite important item. We took the envelope. Ooh, I'm proud of myself for doing that. So now we're actually going to open the envelope as well. So we're going to kind of go back to the inventory a bit here, like the note or whatever the heck it is, just to drive you crazy here. So we're going to open the envelope. So there's a bill inside, I do believe. That's what they say. It's the rumor, right? And I do remember a bill, so we're going to take the bill. So, yeah, that's another step. I can't do that here. Okay, open, take. I had use instead of take. My apologies. Then eventually it's going to get interesting here, as we're going to see some very interesting things coming up very shortly. So now we're going to examine or read the bill, basically. And yeah, we're going to learn about something. It's a bill from Dr. Brody, made out to Joe's Bar, address, and then 934 Sherman Street, Chicago, Illinois. So there's your first information of Chicago bill. One capsule, $10. Sodium, that's expensive for 1941. Sodium pentothal, 55, or actually 56. The sixes are real weird in this game for some reason. And then Medrazine, $26. So this is interesting. This is probably the stuff they put in you to bleep up your memory. Diethylenol trimine, $40, and then $32 total. So very interesting. It sounds familiar, but you can't be sure. So yes, very interesting right there. That's a lot of money for 1941. Maybe I might want to do the little inflation calculator on that real quick, just for fun. Well, wow, the value is $2,779 if this was today. So, wow. Yeah, the value of that has definitely increased. That's some expensive stuff. That's almost 3 grand right there. But I suppose if you're committing a murder and covering it up and framing someone else, I suppose money isn't as much an issue in that stage. But yeah, let's digress, eh? And now we can open the locked door in the secretary's room, the one on the left there, by using key 1. So that's where we're going to go next. We're going to use key 1 on le door to unlock le door. So that's what would I like to use this on? Well, the white door and all of that. Click, the key worked, and we can go inside now, I do believe. So that's our next room, and then there's a body. And the scary music commences right here and right now. Yes, this is the when you first notice something is very, 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 very wrong. You're in an office, a dead body is slumped over the desk. His left hand grips the phone receiver, and you can tell it looks like the line has been cut. Yeah, very interesting. There appears to be something in his pocket. So let's open his pocket. I don't know. Open the pocket. Key 2. Key 2. Interesting. Apparently the person is Joe Stiegel, so that's Joe, like Joe's. That's the guy, Joey Stiegel, or JS. So, yeah, we took the key 2, or we're about to take it anyway. That's all you got to say about that. Sorry, this is a slow-paced type of thing when you're pointing and clicking. Everything moves a little slower than you might like, but that's kind of how that goes. Yeah, so now we're going to open the desk. There's apparently a drawer, but I believe you have to examine it first to make sure we know there's a drawer. A pool of, yep, on the desktop there is a pool of dry blood. There's a drawer on the other side of the desk, so that's when you can open it. You can't just open it without examining first. Open the desk, and there's a pencil and key 3. You're gonna take both of those as well. So we're gonna clean up here at the crime scene. Interesting. We're taking them for some reason, but yeah, key 3 obviously is very important. Key 2 obviously is very important. So there you go. Apparently now we're going to open the window and go outside. Interesting. Suffice to say we're going to get out of here or scram or something like that, as they might have said back in those days. But yeah, either way, we're going to move forward. Out the room, laddie. And now we're on the fire escape. And when there's a fire, you use it to escape. Well, thank you. I thought that was the reason, but yeah, and I know they were more common back in those days as well. Yeah, so we went to the window, we went out there. We go into the room and open the garbage can. So that's another thing coming up here very shortly. Where are we moving towards? I think to the right, I do believe. Nope, that's back where we were. That's dumb. So it gets a little confusing. You're not ever 100%. It's a little disorienting where you're exactly at here. This is the street. That's actually not what I wanted. So we'll try to go back up, and now I'm in trouble. So that's a big problem. So you gotta watch out where you go. You want to go forward when you're on the fire escape. Let's just say once you're on the street, there could be a mugger, and once they're there, you might be able to knock him out once, but the second time, if he sees you again, he's going to kill you. So you're not going to be fast enough. He will kill you, and if you try to shoot him, I mean, you can try, but odds are he's going to wind up killing you in the end. He's going to be, because he's already got his gun out and you don't, that type of thing. So it's one of those things. Yeah, you can hit him once, but after that, you're pretty much dead. So I would say try to like restart where you last saved if you need to. In that case, luckily you already know what to do, so it's faster than before. Now we're back on the fire escape, and after all that, and yeah, maybe you might want to save here just in case you make a mistake again. And muggers and all that. Once the mugger comes, you just don't want to mess with that crap. Chicago sucks back then. Even it sucked back then, and it sucks forever. Okay, sorry if you're living in Chicago. No offense. It's just I don't know. It's dangerous. At least so they say. No, I liked it when I was there for a minute back on Memorial Weekend 2016. Before a certain baseball team won the World Series right before. Kind of cool. So, yeah, Memorial Weekend. Labor Day weekend, excuse me. So, like the beginning of September. Yeah, that was a fun season for them. So now let's move straight forward this time. And I'm standing on the third floor in the fire escape. You have a breathtaking view of the alley below. Well, it's very breathtaking. Looks like there's a window to open. So let's do that, I suppose. Yep, I did open the window. And we'll move. Again, apologize for the slow pace of things. Stupid. I opened the bill, right? No. Yeah, it's slow pace because it's point and click. It kind of is what it is. So now this is where everything happened. You're in a room where it's looks like a hospital bed, or not bed, hospital chair with straps on it. Yeah, so this is more than likely where they injected you with stuff and all that expensive stuff and messed you up. Yep, like they say, it's an unusual chair. It has restraints for the arms and the head. Perhaps it's a dentist's chair. Well, I'd say more like hospital, but yeah, dentist, I don't know about that. Yep, you want to examine the stuff. Empty medicine, yep, the sodium pentothal, it was written. Interesting. The next one, because there's 3 different vials there or whatever, or little containers. Label, it says mezrezine. And the other one is the empty medicine vial, says diethylethol trimine. So those are the items that were, It sounds familiar, but you can't remember why. Well, the bill. Now it sounds more familiar than ever because of the bill. See, I'm looking at the bill again. Let's see. Capsules 10, so that was left out. But yeah, they were probably just put in your mouth. Sodium pentothal, mezrine, and diethyl trimine. Yeah, sorry, my pronunciation sucks. I'm like Sid Hartman right now. But very interesting situation here. I don't think you grab anything, but yeah, because maybe that'll incriminate you even further. So apparently you want to open the garbage can, and there's capsules in there. So I'm going to examine the garbage can just to kind of... It's a wastebasket. Oh, well, thanks. I'm going to open the wastebasket. Fun stuff, because, I would look. There might be something there. Capsules. Capsules. Doctors put medicine in these for patients to take. Well, yeah, we're going to take them, regardless if it's for, medical purposes or evidence. Evidence. You take the capsules thinking they will come in handy later. Well, I'm thinking they will somehow or some way, or we got to get rid of them. So we'll find out how things go later on. Interesting. So now we're going to go outside again, and this is where we go to the alley. So something I never really thought of before, because you're just actually going to give the thug the money. Maybe he'll leave you alone then, instead of fight you. But he might come back again later, I'm sure. But now we're going to go out into the alley, I guess, as we move forward. We're in the dark alley. Hoo. Nothing has happened yet. So probably save around now, just be safe. But if you get, if the thug comes, then give him the $20, I guess. As you move forward, you're on the street in front of Joe's Bar. You can see an old car. Well, probably not old in 1941, but old to us, sure as heck old, like an 80-year-old car or more. More than 80 years old. And several choices to go this way, that way, this way, that way. So it gets more complicated from here. Now you might as well, this is where you just put the game away and say, nah, I don't want to deal with this. Just kidding. The thug didn't come yet, but I'm sure he will at some point. Okay. If you see a thug on this street, punch him, he will run away. Key 2 on the car door, and key 3 on the door with the words Joe's Bar. Interesting. So we use the keys on both of those. All right. So yes, key 2 is to open the car door. Key 3 is to open Joe's Bar. Ooh. And unfortunately, Joe is the one that's no longer with us. Yeah, I do believe his body ends up disappearing at some point as well. go into the car. Yep. So we're gonna check that out. Open the dashboard, note 2, the map, and the snapshot. Man, it's a lot of stuff. So all kinds of different things we're gonna do here. So here's where you're supposed to hit the guy, because I did get a mugger and I punched him. So eventually maybe I'll give him money. He says he'll be back. So I accidentally walked into the bar, so that figures. But, you know, it's kind of what you expect at this stage. I don't know what I'm punching the car for. It's disorienting, all the different little choices. You might actually make a mistake. The interior of the car looks pretty cool, though. It's a Mercedes-Benz. So we're going to open the glove compartment, stuff like that. So you can see the radio, open the dashboard, and yep, you want to take everything there. Note 2, map, and snapshot. Ooh. So we want to read Note 2 to, get the address West End. Note 2 to get the address West End. Interesting. And then when you examine the map, you get some really interesting information. It's a street map. The way to Joe's Bar is marked in ink. The address is 1060 Peoria Street. The writing on the map, though, this is where the interesting part reads, Ace, follow this route. That way you'll know if you're being followed. Be careful. You don't want the cops to find Miss Sternwood in the trunk. And you're like, Miss Sternwood in the trunk? What's going on? Yes, Miss Sternwood is in the trunk. Yes. And then we'll look at the snapshot. And it's a snapshot of a 400-pound woman. You feel as if you should recognize her. That would be Miss Sternwood. But, we'll continue for now. Outside of the car, I suppose. So you want to keep working your way to the west. You see a newsstand, you see guns and ammo, and the mugger's back. Oh, that's wonderful. He says, okay, hot shot. I wouldn't try that again. Oh, boy. So I'm guessing this might be part of our hopefully you saved recently because you're dead pretty much otherwise. Or you just give him the money, and maybe he'll leave you alone. So I'm going to try to give him the money for now, if humanly possible. Oh, he shot me. Okay, never mind. So we got to start over from where we were. So, yeah, see, it's stuff like that. Watch out. So this time I could get to the blue cab because I had saved super recently. I'll open the door. The door is open, so we're going to go in, I guess. The cab, and we're going to want to go to that west end, as they call it. To the back of the cab seems nervous. The hack in front seems nervous. Okay. So we're going to speak to him. Mr. Sir. Sir, the driver said bluntly, hey, mister, where you going to go? We're going to go to West End, okay, you son of a gun. The cabbie accelerates as you arrive at your destination. He looks at the meter and says, here you are, you owe me 75 cents. So we're going to give him some of those coins that we won before, Remember the coins? We got like 31 of those, remember? You can see the little slot in front of you. You just use, pay here, and of course the 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. Very simple. 3 quarters, 75 cents. Thanks a lot, pal. 75 cents is pretty expensive in the 1940s, isn't it? That's expensive. I mean, cabbies were never cheap, but 75 cents, man. That's another. That's time to maybe look at the thing again. The old. Now we're outside the entrance to the expensive-looking Stanford Arms. All right, Stanford Arms, whatever that is, but we're there. Wow, so just about $16, $15.78 for a little cab ride. Well, you know what? That might be about right. It's pretty ridiculous. Cabs are expensive, aren't they? Yeah. Moral of the story, get your own damn car. Even though gas is expensive, it's getting a little cheaper sometimes. Yeah, but, we'll leave the other conversation out and continue in this area for now, eh? So now we're going to open the door and walk in or move in or whatever we call it. I guess it's walk and move, whatever. In we go. Now we get a private lobby. Looks extremely clean. The white pillars add a nice touch. Yeah, maybe Victorian-ish, I don't know. So we're going to examine what looks like a slot next to a private elevator of some sort. It appears to be a slot for something. It appears to be a slot. Yeah, you put a card. So we found a card not too long ago, and we're going to put it in. So interesting that there'd be this type of technology in 1941, but I don't know, maybe there was. Huh. Well, let's make sure we have the card first before we get too excited. And as I thought, the card is actually in the wallet, so we're going to take the card out of the wallet, I suppose. And, yeah, we're going to then use it on that spot, if humanly possible. Again, like I always say, or like I've been saying, it's a very slow pace because we're moving around all over the place with the cursor. So that's how it is with point and click. It doesn't move quite as quick as you'd like. Go to the slot. I can't do that here. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay, I guess I can't do that here. How nice of them, right? Okay, I guess I have to examine it first. I thought I did, but maybe I pressed through it too fast. I don't know, but the card works now. Yeah, because what else is the card for? Like, I don't know, to go in the elevator. So that's where we're going. I'm inside the elevator now. I guess we use the card again. How quaint. To get to our special place, I guess. Ooh, slow pace, slow pace. It's all automatic stuff, right? Once you put the card in, out you go. And you're in a penthouse, you instantly feel that the owner of this place is well off. Well, yeah, it looks pretty high end, so let's look around and find out what the heck is going on. So after examining around, you look at what looks like the top of a fireplace area. So there's like a stout-looking brunette or something, and on the back you find an address, 520 South Kedzie in Chicago. So that's our next address. Isn't that exciting? That might be all we're actually doing here. That's like our next clue. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep, you take. I guess we want to take the photo from the top, too. So we're going to actually take it. I know where the game designers can take it. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to take the photo. So apparently that's a part of our clues and evidence that we want to actually have with us eventually. I guess we're going to dump it eventually, but we'll talk about that later. Let's go back to the cab now. We work our way back from whence we came and work our way to the cab and so on and so forth. This is, it's kind of cool. Now we're going to tell them to go to Kedzie Street and, yep, do all the same stuff we did before with the card to go back and out and all that cute stuff. So apparently, again, this is Joe Siegel's apartment. So yeah, that's our penthouse or whatever you'd call it. I will mention again, this is fairly advanced technology for 1941. I'd have to say, putting a card in a slot in the elevator takes you where you want to go. But at the end of the day, though, I guess it doesn't surprise me all too much. Let's get to that cabbie. Back in the front of the cab, and he seems nervous. Okay, so let's speak to the cabbie dabby. Where you going, sonny? The driver said bluntly. Hey, mister, where you want to go? I love it. We're going to go to Kedzie, mister. And we're going to take the fee afterward, and if you don't, you're going to pay dearly. You owe me 75 cents, you schmuck. Well, yeah, I'll give you 75 cents, but stop calling me schmuck, okay? Do you realize that we made all these coins by gambling? Without gambling and getting lucky on the slot machine, we wouldn't be able to be traveling across the, the city of Chicago a bit to figure out these clues. So it's very important. The driver begins the counting the fare. 1, 2, 3 quarters. Thanks a lot, pal. You're welcome, pal. I think that was a hard question, though. 3 quarters being 75 cents? Oof. Difficult math, eh? Just kidding. It's a bungalow. The garden has grown wild. Well, it's pretty, but maybe a little bit too, like they say, it's grown wild. Maybe it's been neglected a bit. Fancy looking cabbie there, but I suppose in 1941 everything looked a little bit fancier and all that. It just kind of did, didn't it? So here I guess we're going to bust in. We're going to use a gun on the lock. So we're going to examine the door first. just to kind of, we got to examine it first. Let's examine it. The door is locked. Yep, so I guess we're going to use the gun on it. I would have never guessed that. But again, thank you for these player's guides and such, on Game Facts. They're very helpful at times for certain things you wouldn't necessarily think about. So we're going to shoot our way in the door. We pull out the gun, point it straight forward, and pull the trigger. Blam. Sounds like something. But the lock is gone, so now the door is open. But that's breaking and entering, my friend. That's illegal. Kids, don't try this at home. Break and entering? Well, just don't do it. Just don't do it. You're inside the bungalow. You smell the strong odor of cheap perfume. Who could that be? This must be the young lady, perhaps, that we were that may have been involved in this moiter all this time. So here we're going to get some very, very important clues. We're going to examine away. I'll carry the little table, a slip of paper with 3 numbers on it. 33, 24, 35. Sounds like a lock combination. A gaudy pair of pearl earrings. Gaudy, huh? Slip of paper with 3 numbers on it. So I'm thinking we're taking the paper. That's important. Take the note 4. Hope I did that correctly. I'm a little bit of... Use the note. Wait. What's going on? Take the piece of paper on the desk, open the desk, and get the diary and the key 5. So more interesting stuff here. There's, you can see this. It's just kind of like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but slower than Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Key 5 and diary. We're going to do some taking. We're also going to read the diary, which is some very important clues coming up. So I remember reading about it not too long, semi-recently. So we are going to open Le Diary, and we're going to hear some very interesting information if I ever get to the darn thing, as we page our way through all the items here. The diary. You open the book at the bookmark page. Oh, for Pete's sake, just open the book, please. I can't do... Oh, okay, yeah, that might mean exam, which is like reading it, I guess. It's a bookmark with the initials JS imprinted on it. Sounds like Mr. What's his name? Joe Siegel. Yeah. So we're going to try to go back and actually look into the diary. Boy, oh boy, they want to make us tired, don't they? So, it's just one little boring clue after another, I suppose, but they become more important as we move forward. Okay, now we're examining the diary without opening it this time. December 5th, Siegel, that would be Joe Siegel, dropped by again. I told him to get lost. I can't stand his jealousy. I have my eye on John. Sternwood, maybe that's the other JS. Even if he is married, he gives me anything I ask for. If I can get him to divorce his wife, I can really live the good life. Divorce his wife and live the good life. Rolls right off your tongue, doesn't it? Well, yeah. Cheap perfume and all that. Yep, so interesting stuff right here. Oh, yeah, and Sternwood. That would be that big lady. So getting rid of the big lady. Move the big lady out of the way, and then you can kind of have a younger couple thing going on. Yeah, little nudge. Little nudgy, eh? So I took the note 3. I wonder what I should do with the note 4, though. Oh, boy. Maybe I wasn't supposed to take that one, huh? So I'm a little bit worried about that. Maybe I'll leave it back there? I don't know. It's a small piece of paper with the numbers 250345 on it. I wonder what's going on. Well, at the end of the day, they do say take the pieces of paper, so I guess I'm going to do that. I'm going to definitely leave the earrings there. I have no use for that. So I guess we're going to go back to Peoria Street and all that interesting stuff. So, yeah, it's going to get, so we're going to go back into the front of Joe's bar. So, yeah, back to the cab we go. But they also say to take the bookmark. I think I took it, but I better make absolute sure here what the heck I'm doing. Yep, okay. So I got to take the bookmark. I know that's, I guess, an interesting piece of evidence to possibly show them who really had the motive to do what they did here, getting rid of Siegel. We took the bookmark. I'm going to examine it quick just to make sure what the heck is the point here. It did have the initials JS. I know that much. But it could be Sternwood or Siegel. That's the interesting part. Joe Siegel. It's a bookmark with the initials JS imprinted on it. So, fascinating stuff at the end of the day. Very fascinating stuff. So we're going to go back to the cab now and go back to Peoria Street. Sound good? Sound good? Well, that's what we have to do, apparently. At the end of the day, boy, this is a... at the end of the day, this is a pretty nice cab, but I suppose he's getting business from me, so... I mean, he's getting 75 cents every couple minutes, eh? Back in those days, that's like 15, 20 bucks right there. That's pretty good door dashing without even having to get out of the car. Yeah, like I'm the one risking my life potentially doing all this stuff. So, or at least my character is risking his life. Oh, you have to select this, you have to select that. Oh my god. So yes, use the coins and pay here and all that. Ooh, yeah, it gets old after a while. What? What are they talking about? Okay, you gotta talk to the son of a gun first. Thankfully, I actually didn't waste my money. They were just saying it for some reason. Gotta actually talk to him first. So, yeah, where you want to go, mister? We're going back to Peoria, okay? Oof. Huh? Okay, so I'm going to pay in advance this time. Ooh. No, he didn't pay in advance. It's just a miracle, like, super fast thing. It's like the fastest cab in the world, basically. I run into a bum who blocks your way. He stands so close to you that your eyes water. The following words dribble out of his mouth. I got a scoop. Something that'll save your life. If it's worth 50 cents to ya. Sure, we'll give it a shot. We'll give him 50 cents. We'll give him 50 cents. I'll give it a shot. Okay, the bum gladly takes the money, looks around and says, Joey's hitman has been looking. Joey's hitman, huh? Has been looking for you. I got the word that he's waiting in your office. Oh, goody. Well, that's interesting to know. Kind of figured, though, right? Yes, we've worked our way back to inside the bar, and now we're going to go back up the stairs to where the quote-unquote dead guy was. I always picked the wrong spot. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Far upper left, not the inner left. Yeah, I think you know what I mean, because you'll just keep running into the thing, and I feel dazed and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I know. I'm feeling very dazed, yes. I'm feeling dazed reading some of this over and over again. Secretary's office, yes, we're done with the secretary. There's the dead guy. Yes, the dead guy and the very interesting music again. Well, I'll let you hear it again if you want. Okay, so again, they want us to use, so now we're figuring out that there's a safe on the wall, and I could imagine the combination lock. Remember I talked about combination, so I believe that was note 3, if correct. So we're going to go there as soon as possible. We're going to pull out note 3 and use it on the safe and get inside there, apparently, to get another note, I do believe. So, yeah, whoops, too many things to select. And it's so slow, so apologize. Actually, I think I got the sound up a little too high here too. So as we want to use note 3 on that combination lock on the wall, click, it's open. You have seemed to have hit the special combination. So a folder and a box. Folder and a box. Do we take them both or just the folder? Guess we're going to take them both. So let's takey. I suppose that's what's the goal here, is taking stuff. Take the folder and take the box. Okay, I feel like, should I close the safe? Maybe I feel a little bit, it's a little bit suspicious. Dare I close it? I'm a little afraid. I kind of want to close it. So, yep, we want to open the folder and take the note 1, open the box and take the key 4. Interesting. Now I'll get in the cab and say, Sherman, pay the fare and get out. So hopefully I didn't blow money with the 50 cents, but no, I should be fine at the end of the day, as long as I don't get shot. And for bleeps and giggles, let's maybe examine the note and folder real quick. Well, the note. The key we don't really need to examine. It's a key. So that's kind of simple. We're going to end up going back to the cab yet again. He's a busy boy, but and hopefully again not get shot in the process. So, yeah. We're going to examine the note out of curiosity. Is that another combination? No, who knows? It's an IOU. It says Ace Harding owes Joey Seagull $1,000. Okay. So they're trying to use that as a motive that you killed Joey Seagull, which is not true, right? A grand sure ain't peanuts. A grand sure ain't peanuts. Yeah, that's a lot of money. So yes, that was planted there to frame you. Yep. So there's your supposed motive that they're using, like, I owe you $1,000, and a grand back in those days would have been quite a bit of money. Shall we get to the? Shall we check? Shall we look at the inflation comparison again? For crying out loud, today that would be $21,049.43 in 2023. Yeah, that's like a car. Kind of. Well, it's sort of like a car. It was a car about 3-4 years ago, but we'll say about 5 years ago, approximately, something like that. Now, I don't know. It might be like a used car now. The freaking. But yeah, that's definitely a frame job. And nobody said that you owed $1,000 to Joey Seagull, but apparently they want the police to believe that you do that you do owe that, and that there's your motive to kill Mr. Joey Seagull. And no, please don't tell me that I'm dazed again. That would be great. I just don't care. Leave me alone. If I'm dazed, I'm dazed, okay? Standing in front of the street and da-da-da-da-da. So let's go get back to the cabbie if we can. I probably shouldn't even be out here without saving the game and getting shot at by some SOB. Good. Back to the cab. Please enter the cabby dabby, and we'll pay another fare or whatever. We're going to go to the next street that we're going to go to. Apparently Sherman Street is the next one, and yeah, that's going to be our next destination, ladies and gentlemen, and all that cute stuff, indeed. Luckily, it's a flat rate. It's 75 cents, 75 cents, 75 cents every time you go anywhere, so that's fine with me. I'll pay. I'd love to pay a 75-cent fare. I suppose back then, though, 75 cents was more. It's almost $16. Hard to believe, 75 cents back then would be worth $16 already. So that's how, yeah, it's like less than a, man, our $16 of today was worth less than $1 back then. That is pretty wild. So Sherman Street, yeah, let's just keep going, huh? Let's continue our quest to clear our name because we didn't commit this murder. Dang it, we're the good guys. We're on the street. It's really quiet around here. Well, in Chicago, that sounds hard to believe. I'm going to examine the door. It looks like a glass door this time. It's a door. Well, thanks for telling me it's a door. That's really appreciative. We're going to open the door. That one just opened right up. Well, that's good. So at least it's unlocked, and you don't know. They told me it's a door. I don't know. I don't know. I'm in the lobby of an office building, and of the office building. There is a hallway in front and a staircase to your left. Well, what do we do next, ladies and gentlemen? What do we do next? So apparently we're going to go down the hallway on the right side for now. Okay, and we're going to Dr. Brody. Ooh, interesting. So apparently I have key number 5 is what we used here in the locked door. So maybe I'll examine it first since they're like, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? I'm trying to open the door. Is it that complicated for you? So, supposedly that's key 5. There it is. So I was like, okay, I hope I have it. But I'm sure, like in a lot of cases, people might be like clicking on which key. Which one is it? What would you like to use this on? I'd like to use it on your head. Click. The key worked. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are entering Dr. Brody's office, the one that prescribed this stuff to try to hurt us. I'm inside a doctor's office. There is nobody around. Perhaps you should wait for a nurse. See, do you realize how unlikely this is? Like 1 in a billion chance you go to all these places and nobody's there. So, Interesting. We used the gun on the file cabinet. Well, that's kind of... Oh, because it's locked probably, right? So we're going to examine it first. Just this black thing on the ground. It's a file cabinet. And there's a combination lock that keeps it safe from would-be snoopers. So apparently we're going to shoot it because you can't do much else. We can't unlock it. So it is what it is. We're going to do it kind of gangster style, I guess. No, not really. Detective style. There, that sounds a little better. Because we're not gangsters here. We're detectives or something along that area. So we blew the thing open. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Whoa, file 1, file 2, file 3, and file 4. Ooh, cabinet is now open, and we got all these files here. So, interesting. Take and read all the files. Take the fat bottles and use them on the capsules. Well, that's interesting. We're going to use them on the capsules. Okay, but first we're going to read the files before we do anything else. It'll take me about 20 minutes to do all this, so bear with me, I suppose, right? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, we took file 1, took file 2. At least it stays on take. So we're just really taking, and we're just taking here. The take-give is pretty good on our side of the taking. Unlike the Minnesota Vikings this season, we're a little bit in the give side at the end of the day. So now we're going to examine the vials or bottles or whatever. This is the cabinet where Dr. Brody keeps vials of medicine. Okay. This cabinet keeps vials of medicine. So which one, though? It is the proper pentothal bottle. medicine vial bottle. Ugh, confusing. Well, let's take something, I guess. We're going to take something. So I guess at the end of the day, this is how we're going to regain our memory. Interesting. So we're going to read all the files first. We're going to, examine all the files. This is probably how we'll learn how to regain our memory. It's a patient's chart. Ace Harding, during his last physical, was strongly urged to quit smoking. Okay, that's file 1. Fascinating. It's a file 2. It's a receipt for some things and their prices. There's a final note written by the doctor. Joey Siegel's secretary, Martha Vickers, that's probably a very important name, says she wants the order delivered to Joe's bar. Ooh, clue, clue, clue. File number 3. It's a patient's medical record. Symptoms: fainting, stomach pains, feverish, vomiting, symptoms of peritonitis. Okay, I think I got it. High fever, coughing, no appetite, headache. Symptoms of pneumonia. Okay, got it. That's file number 3. File number 4. But file number 2, I think, is quite a clue. It's the medicine's name and its effect. Oh my God, these are so Ofriol. Okay, medicine used in the treatment of patients with heart murmurs can be fatal. Medrazine. Medicine used in the treatment of patients exposed to nerve gas can be fatal. Okay. Diethylphenoltrimine. A medicine that can cause permanent memory loss if not quickly countered. Sodium stop it. This is weird. Sodium bicarbonate. Okay, that isn't that hard. Bicarbonate. A medicine to counteract the pain of overheating. Well, that's helpful. Chemopapine. Medicine used to induce a state of euphoria. Okay. Sounds like a drug, actually, like a drug, like a narcotic. Sodium pentothal. With this medicine, you can induce the subject into a state of unconsciousness that at some time makes him or her, or they, tell the truth. Interesting. Oh, come on. Bisodiumitis. Diethylphenoltrimine's antidote. More than 1 dose is necessary to counter, so that would probably be the capsules. A memory medicine. That sounds kind of familiar. You'll feel absolutely horrible. You feel like you're ready to pass out. Yeah, so that would probably be the capsules, right? Like they were saying. Something about using these capsules with these, capsules. Now we're supposed to use them with the bottles, I guess? So maybe we use them to use, what would I like to use this on? The bottles, apparently. Maybe that's how we can mix this. It's the, they said the fat bottles. That would be the medicine 5 or 6, excuse me. Put the bisodium in, yeah, that's the one. In the capsule. Oh, what the heck? Why did I take 3 of them? So maybe I only needed 1. I am so confused at the moment. It gets so confusing. Okay, you take another capsule out. Okay, the capsule already contains some sort of medicine. So, okay, so now we're going to keep going back and forth, I guess, fill them up, because they said 3 doses, right? So, whew, yeah, it's a pain, but we're going to get our memory back, like we are Ace Harding. Okay, it's just being confusing now. Okay, so it's like, I guess I'm going to select self. So I use capsules on self, a dose of bisodium, and the medicine takes effect. Memories start rolling in. This one is from your childhood. Oh, goody. Well, so I guess we're going to do everything by one at a time. It's Father O'Malley from the DeMille boarding school. Father O'Malley, you feel your memory slowly returning. So we're going to do it again. So I guess it's all one at a time. So we're going to use the capsule on the next thing. So that's basically how this is going to go. It's worse than Earthbound, about one at a time and stuff. Oh boy, this is slow. I apologize. So we're going to keep rolling forward here. Interesting. So what you keep doing is you keep going back and forth by using the capsule on the medicine 6 or whatever. And then you use the capsule, and then you use it again back and forth, like it just until eventually I believe it's 3 doses. So, whew, confusing, but not too bad. Not too bad. So we're going to get our next memory back and forth here. Wish this was a faster paced dose of medicine, and here's another memory coming back. And it looks like a doggy, of course. No cats allowed. It's all dogs, right? I guess. Yeah, I like cats. Another memory suddenly hits you as the medicine takes effect. Not that I have anything against dogs, but it's Taco, say, woof, Taco, want to play, Taco sends you to the hospital for stitches. Yikes. That's a nice dog. See what I mean? Do cats send you to the hospital for stitches? Well, maybe they do sometimes. So we're going to use this last capsule, even though it still says just 1. I don't know, but I guess it's 3. I don't know. That's so weird. But I suppose when you first grabbed it, it was 3. But this is how we're going to regain our memory, folks. It's the only way. We put the bisodium in the capsule. Now I go back to the capsule. Oh, it's so weird and slow and stuff, but we're going to, yep, and then you use it on yourself. I do believe this is when we will regain the memory, because we did read about that in the notes, that this is how you regain your memory. Another flashback comes to you, obviously signaling the fact that your memory has almost returned. Ooh. It's Susie Q, the girl next door. Susie Q gave you your first kiss. Ah. Suddenly, you feel great. You now realize who you are. We're back. Ace Harding. That's it. You're Ace Harding, Private Eye. Isn't that cool? Yep, I'm Ace Harding, Private Eye, all right. I think I'm going to close that cabinet because it looks a little better closed rather than just leaving it open. I don't know. I'm kind of paranoid. I've always had that kind of thought process of, you know what I mean, close it because, well, you don't want it to make it look like I broke in, but then again, I kind of did. So we took the fat bottles, used them on the capsules, used it on yourself, repeat 3 times to regain your memory. Take one of the bottles on the lowest shelf. What? What do you mean? Now go back to the entrance. What do you mean? Take one of the bottles on the lowest shelf. So I got to take another bottle, huh? Okay, I guess I will. There's a medicine 1. I don't suppose there's another capsule, is it? But maybe the capsule creates a... Oh, that's interesting. But it says there's no medicine left in the capsule. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, but yeah, you can use it, right? So it should be able to work. Let's give it a shot here. Yeah. There will be medicine, so you because you take that lower bottle. I hope this is the right thing. But we're going to find out, though, very shortly. If I ever get to the dang thing. Medicine 1. Put the pentothal in the capsule. Okay, so we have that pentothal, whatever it's called, in the capsule. I hope that was the right thing. So we did that. Now we're going back to the entrance and up the stairs. Interesting. We're going to go back there and up the stairs. Maybe this is a good time to save just in case something stupid happens. Yeah, I would recommend that. Save. Just in case something stupid happens, because that was slow and long and tedious. It wasn't hard, it's just slow, long, and tedious and stuff. So now we're going to go up the stairs. So now we're going to the other part. You didn't think we were going to skip the stairs now, did you? Ace Harding, Private Eye. And there's Ace. Yeah, we're standing in front of the office. The words Ace Harding, Private Eye on the door. Could this possibly be your office? And remember, the bum told us about a hitman, and you notice there is a shadow. Yep, you see someone's shadow through the glass. So we're apparently going to pull out our gun and fire at the shadow. Ooh, that is interesting and scary stuff, but that's how we roll here in the 40s. You know, we don't screw around over here, guys. You come into my office, you think you're going to get away with it? No, you're not. Well, what I'd like to do now, I just use it on this son of a biscuit right here. You pull out the gun and pull the trigger. Blam. Terrible stuff. You shoot you've shot whatever was standing inside the office. So I guess we're going to go in. Or at least I think we are. Pretty crazy. Now use key 5 on the door and open it. Open the cabinet and take the files. Now go back to the cabin, say Peoria. Whew, lots of stuff. But it's a tedious game, but it's kind of fun at the same time. But it's like we're seeing more and more as to what was going on. Like the box and the IOU, that he owes you that much money, and that the key to your own office was locked in Joe Siegel's safe. So it's like, so Ace Harding did it. You know, absolutely, Ace Harding did it. No, he didn't. It was a frame job. This was quite an elaborate plan, though. There's no doubt about that. We're going to open up that office with key 5. The key worked. We're going to go inside. But interesting. Now the music changes to the calming kind of hallway office music. You see a dead guy lying on the floor. Too bad. Too bad you had to do that. Yeah. Yes, we did. Well, he was the hitman. He was going to kill me. So, interesting stuff. Let's examine that cabinet. The file cabinet looks somewhat interesting. Okay, well, let's open the file cabinet. Apparently there's some stuff in there, too. Yeah, I actually killed somebody. What the heck is that? File 5, File 6, File 7. So we are going to take, and take. Who knows what's in there? Probably like, oh, Siegel. I owed Siegel $9 million or something. Who knows? Whew, this is a very detailed game. It's fun. It's cool. I hope you're not minding the way this review is going. But yeah, it's a fun way to kind of go about this game. It's very entertaining and fun. I'm probably letting the details go too much, and future game reviews won't always be this way, where I'll just literally go through the entire game. You're telling me I can't close my cabinet? Okay, yeah, I closed it. That was kind of weird. So we're going to do some examining now, figure out what these bills said, because or these whatever they are, files said. 5, 6, and 7. The letter says, Ace, I've got a way to get you off the hook. It's just a simple kidnap job. Just pick up this wealthy woman and deliver her to me. I'll collect the ransom while you get to live. Your debt's paid if you bungle it. Your debt's paid. If you bungle it, you'll take the rap. I've got something planned to do that nothing will lead to me. This is the only offer you'll ever get, so decide and call you know who. Yeah, that would probably be one of those other guys. This file reads, Sugar Shack is known to have a hatred for something that Joey Siegel did to her. Ooh. Okay. So whoever Sugar Shack is. The file reads, Sugar Shack was the blackmailer in the Alderman case. She is doing 5 years. Ooh, interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, let's get back to Peoria again, I guess. So we're back to Peoria Street, and we're almost done with this game, believe it or not. So, yeah, we're almost there. Not officially, but we're getting close. We're going to work back to that old 40s car in the front of the in front of the, well, it's probably a 30s car, but in front of the Joe's Bar, not apartment. Now we're going to go to the car itself again, and to the back of the car if possible. So now we're standing behind the Mercedes, right in front of the trunk. We're going to use, I believe it's key 4, to open the trunk where we're going to see somebody. And there's a reason why we got the medicine, because that gagged person in there, the big heavy-set lady, is going to be, is going to be gagged, and we're going to give her medicine to kind of come to and all that stuff. So, yeah, if I ever find the dang key, that would really help. But it's key 4, I do believe. I'll get there someday. But, yep, so this is the wife of the man that is one of the troublemakers here. There's a man and a woman that are troublemakers, and apparently what are you talking about? Okay, open the key. No, we're not going to open the key. We're going to use the key and unlock the damn Mercedes, if humanly possible. We open the trunk with the key, and there's the gagged woman. Yep, there she is. Big BBW, I guess you can say, to be more appropriate or kind. Yep, that is a interesting trunk, though. If she's that big and the trunk's that much larger than her, wow, that's a big car. Okay, sorry. The gag is made out of white cloth. Okay, well, that's nice to know. So, yeah, we're going to use the medicine on her in a second here. So, yes, we're going to remove the gag by taking it, I guess. I don't know. We're probably going to... Yeah, we took the gag. So now her mouth is visible. And we're going to use that the capsules now that we put in that medicine 1. So important. So basically go to capsules and use, because it should be attached, like we said before, the medicine 1. Like fascinating stuff. Okay, why did I do that? No. Why did I do that? Oh, I accidentally took it. That was dumb. So it's easy to fix, though. Just we're going to use the capsule on medicine 1. I'm just going to redo it, basically. Oh, stupid. So if you accidentally press take on capsules, it'll take them out. Oh. That's a funny mistake. But yeah, hey, I'm glad I did it, so it'll just tell you what to do. You just go back. I'm sure you'd figure it out yourself, though. Put the whatever that stuff is in there. This time we're going to use, not take, okay? Yeah, dang it. So I apologize for that silly little minor blunder. What would I like to use this on? Milady here. The sodium pentothal takes effect. The woman starts babbling. Take me home. Please take me home. 626, I believe that's what it says, Auburn Road. Take me there. She stops talking, falling back into complete unconsciousness. So now we have that Auburn, whatever it's called. So what are we going to do about taking her home? I'm not exactly sure. So they will take the address. We'll go to the cab and say, Auburn, pay the fare and get out. Oh, fun stuff. Well, at least we got information from her, I guess. We're going to the cab again. Yes, we are. And then back to Peoria Street one more time. And I did get cornered by the mugger and gave him the $20 bill. And as he says, about time I wised up. Yep. So he got the $20 bill. He eventually got it from me. I guess it's fine. It's not gonna save my life in this game other than that. So that's the whole point of it in this game, is to give it to that guy. That's a lot of money, by the way. If you probably didn't figure that out, if 75 cents is almost $16. Just do the math there, times 20, whatever. I don't know what the heck. So it's like about, it's like $1,000 or more. It's pretty weird. Gosh, that's great. No, it's not 1,000. It's like $300. Yeah, or something like that. 250, 300. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. So anyhow, let's talk to the guy. And now we're gonna, what? It's the cab driver. You don't know why, but he seems very impatient. Okay, so he's acting different now. Well, because he's a cab driver and he wants money. Where you want to go, mister? We're going to go to Auburn or whatever the heck it is. Luckily, we have the money. If we didn't, we'd be dead and all that. But, yep, we have 14 coins left, thankfully, and we will have enough coins to get back to Peoria Street and do our final duties to get rid of all the junk that we need to clear our name and stuff. So... and remove us from being framed, or myself, or yourself, or whatever we call ourselves. 626. It's not a Mazda 626. There is passion for the road, though, and it's a nice-looking place. By a large estate. Well, they did say it's wealthy. It looks like Tara from Gone with the Wind. Well, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Okay, just kidding. Let's examine the door, because I believe that's where we're heading. This guy must really have the bucks. Well, he's a schmuck, though, isn't he? He is. So this is going to be a few things we get to do again. Woo-wee. yeah, it's interesting stuff. First of all, yeah, let's play a little music again since things are going to get. It's the hallway music in this case, or whichever. Great song, one of the songs you hear more often in the game other than like the main theme and such. So we're going to open the mailbox. So apparently a couple things we're going to go in the house too. Of course we are. Yeah, we're going to take the mail. We're not going to take the mailbox. We're going to take the envelope too. I thought there was multiple items here. Okay. Yeah, the envelope and then that letter 1. So I'm guessing, yeah, you open the envelope and take the letter 1. And who knows what kind of inane stuff is in this, but we took it. We're going to open it. I'm going to examine it right here and now because let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on here. What's this all about? This is all illegal what we're doing, by the way, but you're not supposed to open other people's mail. But I don't know. When you're getting framed for murder and stuff, you might have to do things you normally wouldn't do. Yeah, it is what it is. We opened it. Letter 1. Yes, sir. We're going to take the letter 1. And all that stuff. So obviously it's things that have something inside. Time to examine this thing if I can. Again, slow-paced game, but it is what it is. That's what's fun about it. But very enjoyable. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I hope you are as well. Yeah, it is. This ransom note reads, Sternwood, we have your wife. There it is. This is absolute. Wow, that's a lot of money for back then. Anyhow, Sternwood, we have your wife. You have 24 hours to collect 20 grand, $20,000 in 1941. Should I do it one more time? So it's like 21 times 20, basically. Yeah, like kind of like when I said $1,000 was like 21,000. That's pretty amazing. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. What the heck? Since I still kind of have like the thing open here. $20,000, 1941. What is it worth today? $420,988. So basically $421,000 in equivalent. So well, that's pretty crazy. Okay, Sternwood, we have your wife. You have 24 hours to collect 20 grand. If you contact the police, she's dead. Be standing at the corner of Peoria and Elm at exactly 12 midnight. Have the ransom in a briefcase. There you'll be contacted with further instructions. Whew, yeah, that is messed up. So, yeah, that's a good thing we opened that mail. Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. So we're going to move up forward to the house area because we can. And there's a knocker that looks like a cat or whatever, a cougar. Who knows what the heck it is. We're just going to hit it, I guess. Or what do they say? what do they describe on here? Move up to the house and use the knocker. Okay, yeah, I don't think I need to hit it. So you can't get in this place. You wrap the knocker against the door, and the butler explains that he has strict orders not to let anyone in the house unannounced, especially with the master asleep. This guy looks like the classic wimp. So what do you do to the classic wimp? You punch him in the face. Isn't that great? Okay, sorry. Yeah, we get to punch him. Punch the lights out of the butler. Isn't that funny? See, that's just a hit. Hit him. So, which is kind of crazy. Again, breaking and entering again. That's great. Right between the eyes. Socko. You've knocked the butler out with a tremendous punch. Now he lies in an unconscious heap. I can't believe I just did that. You know, this is stuff I would never do. Now we're going to move upstairs. Interesting. Oh boy, I'm in the hallway with 2 doors, so I'm going to go on the door on the left and walk in. We got to open it first, if humanly possible. I wish you could just move in without opening the door. It's kind of silly, but it doesn't work that way. We're not ghosts. Go on the door on the left. There he is, a bedroom. You smell a cheap, strong perfume odor in the air. Who must that be? It must be a guest room. There's a woman asleep in the bed. Who could that be? The cheap odor. So, yeah. We're going to open the desk and the memo. I don't know if that's a desk, though. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to open whatever it is and take the memo. I guess that's what supposedly is in here. Memo, ball pen, and glasses. So we don't need to take the glasses, I believe, but we're going to take the pencil and the memo. I thought it was a ball pen. Maybe it's a ball pencil. Okay, well, we're going to take it, I guess. Interesting. Boy, I just hope I'm not making mistakes here, but I don't know. I hope not. Obviously, we're not taking the glasses, so yeah, we're going to keep moving from that. And we're going to use the pencil on the memo. Interesting. That's, yeah. I'm curious as to what's all going on. But yeah, so this is like the bad guy, really, frankly. What the flying? Okay. Interesting. I'm super curious as to all this, but maybe that would be a mistake if I went in that one. So, yep, I think we're going to use the pen on the memo, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why they called it a pencil, but okay. It's what that is, I guess. Now we go back to Peoria. Woohoo! I'm actually going to put the pen back. Yeah, it was, I almost made a mistake here. So, yeah, put the pen back. I already have the pencil. So we're going to put that right back where I found it, if I can, hopefully. Whew, yeah, what was I thinking? Where can I leave it? Right in that desk there. Yes, I can. Oh, that's so dumb. So dumb. No, I can leave it there. Now they're giving me a hard time here. Oh, boy. Shoot. So it's important to only take the memo, leave the other stuff. I'm guessing the other stuff could potentially incriminate them, not you. So leave it right where it is, you know, like the ballpoint pen and all that stuff, because you already have the pencil. So never take it. It doesn't let you put it back. So luckily I saved fairly recently. So really important that most likely just leave that alone. It's not worth it. So we're going to, I guess, work our way out of here. Apparently we're going to use the pencil on the memo, though. So I wonder what that's all about. Now that I finally have a chance to do that. Use the pencil on the memo. Huh? So I forget exactly when we got the pencil. Must have been, I don't know if we already had it in the coat a long time ago. Probably. It feels like it was at the very beginning of the game. They had that, but can't remember everything, I suppose. Using the pencil to shade over the indentations on the pad. Oh, okay. You are able to read the indentations. Ooh, so it's like secret stuff there, like invisible ink or something. Timetable. 2:15 a.m. Be sure Joe's bar is closed up and all employees are gone. 2:30 a.m. Have the missus situated in the women's stall. Make sure she is bound and unconscious. That would be that Sternwood. 2:45 a.m. Be waiting near the bar front door for Ace's arrival. Wow. 3 a.m. Put Ace in stall. Be sure he's unconscious. Inject him with 10 cc of diethyltrimine. Take his gun and stuff. Well, they didn't take my gun, so take his gun and stuff. 3:15 a.m. Wait for Seagull. 3:30 a.m. Get Siegel behind his desk and plug him with Ace's gun. Get Siegel's call. Oh, okay, so they did take my gun. Bastards. Get Siegel's car keys. 3:45 a.m. Plant Siegel's things on Ace. Put Ace's gun back. Be sure his fingerprints are on it. 4 a.m. Dump Big Mrs. in Siegel's car. Put stuff in glove box. Gee, why don't you just tell us everything you're going to do? Well, they did. Put stuff in glove box. Okay, so now we got to go, yeah, the glove box. Put car key in Ace's coat. Put other key in safe. Jeez. 4:30 a.m. Leave bar and lock up. Be sure not to leave ransom case behind. 5 a.m. On the way home, plant new Siegel letter in Ace's file. On the way home, plant new Siegel letter in Ace's file. What a setup. If you don't do something soon, they'll nail you for murder and kidnapping. Boy, this is a nightmare. You'll have to get complete proof of your innocence to the cops. Yeah, we sure will, won't we? Well, that's pretty much what we're doing now. We pretty much have been doing it over the course of time, which is good. That's kind of the whole point. See, normally people would find out more stuff and have to figure it out along the way. But, yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yep, now we're leaving, go back to the Peoria and pay the fare and get out, that type of thing. So back to Peoria we go, and we're going to go to the manhole and get rid of some of this frame job crap and clear our name. Sounds good, eh? And as we head back and all that, we're going to play the classic song, the one that is the most famous, the first track basically outside of the title screen, as we're anticipating our final steps here in Deja Vu. Final steps will be to open the manhole. Now that we're back to Joe's bar area, we open the manhole and we're going in. So another step to go here. We're almost at the end. So we're in a cold and clammy sewer. And now we're in the sewer. I hope you're wearing your boots. Well, not sure I am, but I guess I am. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm 100% where I need to be. Drop down and once again go through the hole. So there's no alligator. If there was an alligator, we'd want to shoot it. We're inside the sewer. We better be careful where we step. Okay, now we're in the deepest part of the sewer. I'm guessing this is where we wanted to go. Yeah. Well, there's no alligator or anything, so we're going to start dropping stuff, I guess. Dropping or leaving stuff. So we're going to leave everything, apparently. So they say to drop everything. Yeah. If there's an alligator, shoot it. But now we're going to drop everything you can except the 3 items. The diary, the memo, and letter 1. So God willing, everything is going to work out here. That took care of everything. So we're going to get rid of everything. I wonder if we're going to get rid of our coat, too. Well, I guess so, huh? Kind of sad. So including the gun, because that's the murder weapon. Yep. Well. Okay, so we're not going to drop the coat. Okay. Where can I leave the gun? Right here. Discard the gun. I'm going to discard a $20 bill, which is kind of sad. Okay, so I guess I'm going to hang on to that. They're saying, don't get rid of that. Yeah, so you could use that to pay off the, what the hell? This is confusing. Yep, I apologize. Okay, yeah, you're going to probably need your own key. But yeah, so like stuff like envelopes and stuff. So certain stuff you can't get rid of, apparently. But yeah, like the bill and such, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, so diary, memo, and letter are the stuff we want to save. Now that I've babbled enough, yeah, we're going to try our best here to do this correctly. And I'll try not to bore you too much by talking while I do this. So, yeah, listen to some pretty music here for a minute, I guess. So the whole key here is to drop everything you can drop. Certain things it's just simply not going to allow you to drop. And that's also important. Maybe you took something you weren't supposed to, and now you can't get rid of it. And that might make you have to start the whole game over too. So that's another thing to think about. But we're going to take our chances here and now. I do believe I'm all set. So it didn't let me get rid of the $20 bill, which is kind of funny. So, well, it's good though. I'm glad I didn't in terms of that. As long as it doesn't convict me somehow. I'll have to open the thing again. How dumb, the manhole. So after that, when we get out into in front of Joe's bar and all that cute stuff, we're going to walk to the right and head toward the police station, and hopefully it's game over in a good way. What the heck? Okay, so you got to walk out. So dumb. Okay, so that's why they say to walk to the bar. So now we go to the right. A woman comes out of nowhere and says, "It's been a while. I just got out of prison. I wanted to pay your old friend to go a visit, but I only found his car. On friend, so I prepared a little surprise under the hood. Something to even the score. I got a little surprise in my purse for you, too." Well, that's interesting. Wasn't expecting to see this. That's very interesting. I wonder what you do here. I wonder if that's the woman. Probably is. Yeah, really interesting. They don't talk about her. So, I don't know if they'll let me walk. Nope, she shoots you. probably should have punched her. So that's messed up. So yeah, watch out for her too. Yeah, whoops. And the good news is everything worked out. You're in the hands of the police. The evidence you brought to them proves to be interesting in the courtroom where you wind up. During the trial of the kidnapping of Miss Sternwood and the murder of Joey Seagull, 3 bits of evidence proved valuable. The diary from Vickers' bungalow. Yep, so I actually punched the girl this time because she's one of the murderers, basically. So I punched her this time instead of, stood around or whatever and got shot by her at the end of the day. So I ended up punching her. That's what you're supposed to do, and I figured that. Anyway, the diary from the Vickers bungalow, the blackmail letter, that would be that letter 2. The diary, the letter, and timetable from Stern's bedroom. Yep, that would be that Sternwood's bedroom, that memo. These 3 items put together paint the picture of a plot by Sternwood and Vickers to kill Mrs. Sternwood and Seagull and to make you take the fall for it. The diary and the blackmail letter provided, so that girl's going back to jail. She was in jail for 5 years already. She's going back to jail for life this time. The diary and the blackmail letter provided the motive for such actions. The timetable indicated how they did it. Sternwood and Vickers were grilled on the witness stand. The weight of the evidence and, the skilled tactics of your lawyer made Vickers admit to the crime. Way to go, Ace. Enjoy the ending music. Yep, because of we're not quite there yet. Because of your excellent skills, the case is laid to rest. Well, it's not my excellent skills, but other people's as well. Yeah, and yours as well. You did a great job. The Ace Harding School of Investigation certifies as a fully qualified private investigator with privileged and honors. With full privileged and honors. Yep, pretty cool. Privileges and honors, I suppose. And congratulations, Ace. You're off the hook. So it's never going to end, is it? Since the case drew national interest, your name is seen on every paper in the country. Who could have asked for anything more? And then you get the ending. Ace Harding's my moniker. Once a boxer, now a private eye. It's still going. Siegel lost his life for a mere 20 grand. For a mere 20 grand, only $42,000, $420,000. So I'm off the hook. Yep. Well, still not worth it. Yeah, you don't want to kill someone. The town's really quiet all of a sudden, like nothing's happened. But crime will never cease here. It's hunting its next victim right at this moment. Ace Harding's my moniker. Ace Harding's my moniker. The next case is just around the corner. Somebody had better look out. The end. So, yes, there is a sequel, and we'll maybe do it someday. I don't know when. That's when he's in Vegas. But for now, listen to the ending music, and congratulations. pretty simple ending music, but enjoyable. And you're out in Chicago, kind of like you got the street lights and the moon, and you're wearing your trench coat and hat. Sounds awesome. Film noir. Great game. Really enjoyed it. Hard, kind of slow-paced and everything, and you could easily screw up without a player's guide. So, yes, highly recommend FAQ or Game Facts. Credit for the Game Fact that I was using was Nestor J. So use that one. I think that's a good one. They did a great job. A lot of the stuff that was done here would have probably taken a lot longer for somebody without a player's guide to have to figure all that out. Especially, yeah, I mean, it'd be tough, but you have to make sure you get rid of everything that you can, and don't grab things you don't need. I have a feeling that ballpoint pen, if I would have accidentally kept it, I think that happened in the past. I did something dumb like that. So that's again where you have to backtrack sometimes, like save. So you'd end up like going to the police, and they're like, oh, nope, you did it, So the case is completely cleared, and you're safe and all that good stuff. So very enjoyable. I enjoyed it very much, and it's something that is very, something that, it's a nice fit for this colder time of year, even though it's not been as cold of a winter for the most part, but finally getting colder as we head into January. So hope you had a happy new year. So happy new year to anybody that's listening to this currently. Otherwise, if it's years from now, I hope you're enjoying this review and it wasn't too tedious and too boring. There is a tedious, slow paceness to the game because it's point and click, and it's a old NES point and click. Probably a little bit faster than maybe a really old computer like an Apple II or something, but then again, I don't know. Maybe with the mouse is faster than the D-pad to move the cursor across the screen. So there is that. But it's a fun game. I enjoy it. It's, again, the tediousness of it all. And, man, you're doing a lot of stuff. Like, okay, you go here and you clear all this, you grab this, you check this, and now you got to go back, and then you do this and this and this and this and this and this. So definitely challenging. With that, I'm going to rate this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to give it a pretty high grade, a 4 out of 5 overall. 4 out of 5 is my personal grade. Otherwise, you could say 3.75 because of the tediousness of it. Can be kind of slow, and you could get really frustrated without any type of a player's guide or game fact. So it's recommended. Yet at the same time, if you want to kind of go about it yourself, so be it. But then again, I already gave you everything thanks to Nestor J. Thank you, Nestor J. You deserve a lot of credit. An old game fact. It's about 20 years old. So, but a very enjoyable one. So it's 19 years old pretty much. Wow, 2004, early 2004, or late 2004. It's already late 2023 here. That it's already been late, or it's early 2024 now, upon the release of this episode. So, it's not 23, it's 24, early 24 already. So again, hope you're having a wonderful time. So with that, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna get to feedback. And here we are, feedback segment. We're going to hear from Derek Felska coming out of Western Wisconsin. And always great to hear from Derek Felska, got a retro video game maven, like knows his stuff. He's a guru, obviously a hockey maven as well, hockey guru. Crease and Assist, and he does the Crease and Assist podcast, also talking about the Minnesota Wild. Big friends of Brave the Wild. That's my old Minnesota Wild podcast that I've been doing forever and still doing, of course. We basically are, big supporters of each other, and, can't thank him enough. Derek has really helped Brave the Wild a lot, and I'm proud to say that I'm proud to be a part of seeing the Crease and Assist podcast jump up or get going the last year. It's been really good. They've done an awesome job there, Derek, and his wife Teresa and friend Kalisha Townsell. They know their hockey, and they do a great job. So in case you're interested in Minnesota Wild hockey conversation, check out both of our shows, not just one of them, both. Derek does a great job. But again, retro video game knowledge is upon us right here and now. Derek Felska says Deja Vu was part of the Mech Adventure series along with Shadowgate. Weird and tough game there. And the more obscure, albeit scary, Uninvited. Yep, that was in the Nintendo Power. I believe both of them were at some point. Shadowgate came out in the Game Boy Color, too. Yep, kind of cool. I think, actually, Deja Vu did, too, but I think it's rare and expensive. Yeah, like I was talking about earlier. Sorry, I'm babbling. Shadowgate and the more obscure, all by Scary, Uninvited for the NES. In some ways, it is impressive that Kemco was able to get away with some of the haunting or violent imagery in those games. Yep, and I think the music is really good, too. This was a game I purchased with my wife in mind because I thought it allowed her to play at her own pace without the fitness skills or timers that were often part of platformers. Yeah, that could drive you crazy. Finesse. We played through Shadowgate and had a lot of fun. Yeah, see, that's the fun part. You can play it with another person without it being a two-player game. You can kind of, put your two heads together and kick some butts. Because these games, you have to, you're doing investigating, It's not as easy. Like Shadowgate is not, Deja Vu in terms of like detective, but it's still kind of detective-like, if you know what I mean. You have to examine this and examine that, and so is that what you do? And yeah, obviously putting two heads together is more fun and enjoyable probably than going through a player's guide. But if you're by yourself, like I am 99% of the time, it kind of is what it is. So, because I'm just antisocial, dang it. Well, not really. I'm just kind of alone in my interests around here at times, especially in the retro world. Next, I managed to pick up Deja Vu and was pleasantly surprised by Shastlevania. Yep, cool, nice to hear. Yep, he gave the mention to Shastlevania when he gifted me Uninvited. Cool. I still plan on playing those games with my wife as something we can enjoy together. And I think the social aspect of playing it with a friend, yep, it's actually really, that's a veteran genius move, playing it with a friend, like I was saying just now. Me and my friend Paul played Deja Vu about 20 years ago when I lived in St. Louis Park for a short time. Pretty cold winter. Well, it kind of was. It was cold enough. And I remember just sitting there enjoying the heck out of it. I believe we may have used GameFAQs way back then, but it was harder to use back then because we didn't have a nice thin laptop like we do now. We just used desktop computers, and it was in a different room, and I don't know. It was a pain, but we figured it out and enjoyed it. So it's not just the fact of finding everything. It's about what to get rid of, because that one item could still tie you to the murders unfairly, even though you didn't do it. So, or the murder and attempted murder, that type of thing, and kidnapping. Yeah. So next, okay, now, I screwed you up, Derek. Okay, I'm sorry. And I think the social aspect of playing with a friend is ideally suited for games like Deja Vu. I agree. Sure, you're probably going to die a lot, or you're going to get shot by the mugger or even the lady if you didn't realize you got to punch her out. Because, so it's her last chance of trying to stop and kill you. The sad part is she would have probably got caught anyway. Probably, but maybe not. Because they would see all that evidence on you. Or, it is what, they would see all the evidence on you. So she would have gotten killed or convicted for another murder. And, stupid. What's the point at that stage? Anyhow, sure, you're probably going to die a lot, but it's very rewarding to solve the problems and untangle the mystery. It is. The makers of these games later released a reboot of Shadowgate for the PC, which was a cool update. Come on, get out of the way. Which had some new puzzles, but also had some of the same story/puzzle elements from the original. Now they are making a new enhanced 8-bit one. I like that. With the Kemco music you mentioned from your recent podcast. Yeah, I like Kemco's music style. I really do. It's on Kickstarter. I think that... Nope, there's more. There it is. It's on Kickstarter. Let's make sure I'm not screwing this up here. Okay. You can reach goals... Okay, You can see the reach goals have been accomplished, so it will include a bonus level for Deja Vu and Uninvited too. Cool. Again, this was done by the original programmers of the game. Thought you'd want to check it out. Very nice. Kickstarter.com, huh? Beyond Shadowgate, but it's also got Deja Vu. Cool. Thanks, Derek. And I could retweet and share that for the... I'll retweet it now. Again, you'll also notice that you should hope that you're going to see the Twitter account or X account in the show description, but I'll say it anyway. At VGF_podcast. Also, again, to keep things organized, hashtag VG Flashback. VG Flashback. The VGF are capital and everything else is small or on a lowercase. It doesn't really matter, but it looks better, I guess. And that can keep things organized, especially as more and more comments come in. Because eventually, there's going to be some comments. Partially, it's my own fault for not, putting out a better bat signal at times, but it is what it is. But no, Derek, thank you. This is awesome. Both Shadowgate and Deja Vu are fairly affordable, $12 to $15 respectively. Yeah, that's not bad. And easy to find NES games today. Yeah, like eBay and such. Another interesting Chemco gem that has some unique elements is Rescue, the embassy mission, if you want a bit more action. Okay, so it's an action one? Interesting. Ryan, Shastlevania, you gotta do a playthrough of Uninvited Solid game. Yeah, yep, I'll give it a try sometime, and it'll probably be reviewed on here. And I said someday, yeah, for sure. Okay, and the last episode, Bible Adventures. Yep, Merry Christmas and Merry Christmas again. I like to say that. Retweeted by Vince Germano out of Australia, Derek Frelska, Western Wisconsin, Tene Brown out of New Zealand. Ooh, and before I wrap up, looks like I have one more. That's awesome. Anthony Krenz, at Anthony Krenz, jumping in on the Deja Vu commentary, says, wow, guy, you really jogged an old memory. I remember renting this one and another one that looked just like it, Dick Tracy. I was too young to read, but enjoyed driving around and beating up randos. Yep, that would definitely be in Dick Tracy, where, of course, this one was more of a point-and-click adventure, but pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Did you ever finish it up, maybe? I'm not sure, but I suppose if you're real young, though, yeah, it'd be really, really tough to figure out without, a player's guide. Game Facts definitely helps, because you could, just one mistake, and you're going to wind up getting, you're going to wind up losing the game, or, just kind of continuing where you left off and have to figure out what else you need to get rid of or whatever. Maybe even have to start the whole damn game over. So thank you. Really nice to hear from you, Anthony. Hope to hear from you again on the next game review. So that looks like that's the end of feedback for now. Eventually I'll get Mario or something out there. The next release is going to be a pretty interesting one. But no, thank you very much, Derek. And good to hear from you, Ryan, also, Shastlevania. Hope to hear from you some more and more and more. Hopefully Vince and Tanae can comment on some of the ones coming up. Maybe you'll be more familiar with some of these coming up in the future. So, yeah, please do. Plus, I haven't been putting out bat signals as much about, this game's coming out. That's kind of my own fault, per se. Partially because I figure some of you, maybe don't have much to say about some of these. But the next game, this might get a few people talking about it. And I'm sure, Derek, I hope you have some good memories about this one coming up. I'm going to stay in the NES again, which might be driving you crazy out there. But again, it's my favorite game system. And don't worry, I'm going to get to Super Nintendo. The next Super Nintendo game. This is like a foreshadowing. It just might end up being Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Maybe. I just might do Final Fantasy Mystic Quest next. The first RPG I ever played. Or maybe the second RPG I ever played. Well, it wasn't... first turn-based RPG in terms of Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I did play action like Zelda and stuff way back in the day, like 91. But maybe Final Fantasy Adventure is next. We'll see. After this upcoming game. The upcoming game, Capcom side-scroller again. Can you guess? So it's not DuckTales. It's not Mickey Mousecapade. So who could it be? Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Yeah. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. That's my next one coming up as we move forward, January, February, and all that good stuff. So hopefully February-ish I can have another one, like a Final Fantasy Mystic Quest February, March-ish, somewhere around there. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest or Final Fantasy Adventure. But don't comment on those yet. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers will take center stage next upon the release of the Deja Vu episode here that you've been listening to. And hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed doing this one. A little bit tiring, though. A little bit tiring. You're doing a lot of reading text and such and redoing stuff. And, why would you do that? You keep pressing the wrong button and stuff, or it's not selected correctly. So that's the annoying part of the game. That could bring it down to 3.75. In fact, I'm tempted to do that, but I'll keep it 4 for now because it's enjoyable and kind of unique in a way. And you're looking at things and solving things. But, yeah, there's that. I'm leaving it at 4, just to be fair. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers is on deck. Sometimes, some crime. So we're going to stay in the crime detective department a little bit, but Chip and Dale's more of an action game. But, you know, the show, yeah. Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the crack, but these two don't choose not picking up the slack. Chip, 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 and Dale Rescue Rangers is next. Until next time, Happy New Year and game on.